AudioStreamInteractive lets you create an interactive audio system in your games. For example, when you have different stages in a game and you want to change the mood of the game by playing different music tracks in these stages, and you want each track to smoothly transition to the next one so it doesn't feel like a separate clip, that is where interactive audio system can be really helpful. With this new audio stream type, it's really easy to make such type of system in Godot. Let's see how that's done in the editor. I have created a basic scene with an audio stream player added, and there's also a script which is empty right now. You can create a new audio stream type resource by clicking on this audio player node and right clicking here in the inspector and selecting AudioStreamInteractive. Once you do that, you will be seeing some properties of the AudioStreamInteractive. Here you can set the initial clip and you can also add audio clips from here. To add a clip, press the add clip button. It will create this array which contains the name of the clip and the stream resource and this auto advance option. In the stream, simply drag and drop your music track. If you play the audio stream player now, the first clip will be played because in the initial clip, the first track is selected. You can change the initial clip to any other clip that you have added, and if you play again, that will be played first. Let's take a look at the auto advance option. This property lets you play a specified track automatically after the previous one is finished. By default, this is disabled, but you can enable it by clicking on it and selecting enabled for each clip. Once you enable it, you will see another property to select which clip should be played after this one. Let's set the next clip to the second track and play the audio stream. You can see the second track automatically starts playing when the first one is finished. You can use this to play the audio clips in a loop or play different audio clips based on your needs. The main thing of this AudioStreamInteractive is the ability to add transitions between clips. Let's see how we can add transitions between the clips. To add transitions, click on the Edit Transitions button. A new window will be opened and this is the transition editor. This is where we'll be setting all of the transitions for our clips. Looking at it for the first time, this can be really confusing. So let me tell you what all of this is. At the top and the right side, we have the names of our clips that we have added before. We're going to use them to add transitions between these clips. The clips on the top are the ones where you will be starting your transition from. So these are the initial clips for the transition. And the clips on the right side are the ones which you will be transitioning towards. So these are the final clips. Basically, this is how the transition flow is going to be. Let's say you want to transition from track 1 to track 2. For that, we are going to enable the transition right here. To add a transition, simply click on the empty cell in the transition table and in the right side, set the enable to true and the transition is added. If you select a transition in the table, you will be able to edit the transition properties here. We got a few of them, so let's see how each of them works. The first one is transition from. This is basically how you want the transition to happen. We got the options to transition immediately after we switch clips, do it in the next beat, next bar, or clip end. Then we have transition to. We got the options to play the second clip from the same position, from the clip start, or the previous position where it was stopped before. Then we have the fade mode property with the options to disable the fade, fade in, fade out, crossfade between each clips, or automatic. Then we have fade beats. This is basically how long you want the fade to be. You can set higher values to make the fade slower or lower values to make it faster. And then we also have the option to add filler clips. This can be useful if you want to add a clip in between the transitions of the clips. So when you switch the clip, that clip is going to be played first. Then the transition will happen to the next clip. And then lastly, we have hold previous, which as the name suggests, holds the previous clip until the transition is completed. And that's all of the properties for transitions. Now I am going to set the fade mode to crossfade for this first transition. And let's see if the transition is working. Close the transition table and here in the inspector, at the very end, we have parameters group. If we expand it, you can switch the clips here from this drop down. So now if I play the audio and then switch to the second track, the second clip will start playing with a crossfade in between the clips. Now let's add the transition from track 2 to track 1. So in the transition editor, I am going to enable the transition right here from the second track to the first one and also enable the crossfade in the second transition. And now the transition should work between both clips and both ways. That is basically all about the transition editor. Now, if you want to switch clips with code, you can also do that. In this script here, I'm going to get the reference of the audio stream player, and in ready function, we are going to get the current playback of audio stream player. You can also store it in a variable, and in the next line, you can use that variable and call the switch to clip method when the index of the clip that you want to switch to. There is also another method to use the track name instead of index, which is switch to clip by name, and inside the parentheses, you write the string name of the clip. And that's basically how you can create interactive audio in Godot.